3rd.
It's no longer April Fool's Day. I'm here with Tonya Gentry, TMT's Chief Sales Officer. And MSPs, I've been told, have free marketing money floating around, and you're going to tell us how to get free marketing dollars from their vendors. This seems too good to be true, but it's not. Tonya, tell me what's going on.
No, it's not too good to be true, and it is something that almost every channel company vendor has some type of avenue for you to get some free money from them. Most of them is through MDF, marketing development funds, and we're here to help you guys do that. That's what we're going to be talking about in our breakout session. I have two. We're going to do the first one April 11th at 12:15 Central Time,
And that's
then
Tuesday, so right away, day one.
Day one, yes, you definitely want to come in early. There's a lot of content that comes in that day one, even before kickoff. So I highly recommend, not just for my session, but for all the different sessions that we've got going on. And then we're going to do a replay of it at 2:30 that same day. So again, it's going to be the same content, but just in case you didn't make it to the first one, you can come to the second one.
I love it. I love it. And it's so good. We're going to do it twice.
Yep.
So I know, Tonya, you are one of my dad joke friends when we do events, and you're always bringing me jokes that either you have or you're bringing them from Drew. He's your supplier. So I've got one ready, but I'd love to hear. I think you said you had one ready. You were excited to share with the folks out there.
I do. So what did the father buffalo say to his son when he left for college?
What did the father buffalo say to the son? I have no idea. I can't think of anything.
Bye, son. Good one, right?
I was thinking, what's another name for buffalo? I can't even. And yeah, I don't. That would have been the answer right there.
Yeah.
But I didn't have it. All right, so I have one for you. It's a sales dad joke. So we're keeping it related.
Yeah.
How did Yoda get his first lead? How did Yoda from Star Wars get his first lead?
I have no idea.
He used the sales force.
Okay,
There we go.
That was good.
All right. So what do you, is one of the reasons that people don't use, what do you think the biggest reason is people don't use their MDF? Don't know about it? Think it's too good to be true? What do you think is the barrier?
Yeah, I think it's a couple of things. I think that most MSPs have heard of MDF, but they don't really know how to get it, or they don't know where to go, which vendors have it. And then if they do know how to get it, it's like having the time to put together a plan on what can I use this for. So that's definitely things that we are going to be talking about in the session. I'm going to talk to them directly on, who has the money, how they can get it, and then some real life examples from your peers on what they've used and been successful for it, and how they've increased their MRR from it.
And now we've talked a little bit about this before. What do you think is the biggest misconception they have about MDF? With, by the way, a lot of people don't know MDF, medium density fiberboard. So that's really something you're trying to get more of. So what's the biggest misconception people have about MDF?
Is that it's difficult to get, that there is, that they've got to have an elaborate plan. They've got to have everything put together from start to finish. And then, present it, if you will, to the vendor. And it's a lot easier than that. We've done a couple of different webinars so far through our MDF webinar series. We've got one more that will come up at the end of April. So we'll be pushing people to go to that from the breakout session as well. But really, we've talked to great vendors, and we've talked to great MSPs on how to get it, what to do. And really, it comes down to one word, which is just ask. And so really finding out exactly what it is that the vendor is willing to give and what they need from you. And they'll talk to you about it. And we've got a great guide that you can get from us as well. So something I'll be sharing in our breakout session on the vendors that we've got so far that have told us everything that they need, that you would need to know in order to get MDF. We've got it all sort of laid out, nice and neat for you.
Yeah. And I think on the other side of it too, you told me kind of one of the other misconceptions is kind of like, I can use it for whatever I want. Like I can go I can go buy myself dinner with the MDF funds, right? So that's the other side too, right? Is
Yeah.
there are some limits. If their goal is to market their product to qualified prospects, right?
Yeah, it definitely needs to be mutually beneficial to both the MSP and to the vendor. And I think that that's the way to look at it. We're going to talk a lot about partner programs. That's where the MDF lies. And really what you need to do when you're thinking about anything that you would want to use those funds for. So finding out exactly what it is that you can use it for is great. And it's going to be something that you can do directly with the vendor. Vendors want you to do this. There is 60% of MDF that goes unused every quarter, and they
Wow.
want you to use it. This is the great part about it. Datto has a great stat that they said 300 to 400% is the rate of return that they get for every dollar they spend. So they want you to use this money. It's just getting you the right plan together and what you can use it for.
I love it because that makes it sound even more too good to be true. They're dying to give you this money. They literally can't give enough of it away, right? They're trying to
Yeah.
give away more of it, and people aren't signing up for the program. So
Yeah.
you've already done, I think this is important. Can people have access to that? You've already done 2 webinars about this. Do they have access to that, like on the dashboard and things like that?
They don't, but you can go to mspsuccessmagazine.com and search for MDF, the MDF webinar, and it'll come up. It also will give you the opportunity to sign in for the third that will be coming up. And as soon as you do that, you'll have access to the first 2.
And that'll also get you access to the report. Is that as well?
Yes,
Is that true?
yes.
Yep.
And you can get the report that way too, or you can come to my breakout session and I will have a QR code that'll be super simple for you to do. You can grab the, the ultimate MDF guide. We're going to want you to bookmark it because with doing that, we're adding to this constantly. So you're going to have new vendors that are coming into it all the time.
I love it. And that's kind of the main thing. Like if you're going to come to this, get the report, sign up for that last webinar, because you're going to cover stuff, but it's a short breakout session. There's a lot of other things that people are going to need to know beyond that.
Yeah,
Is this for anybody in particular? Should I send my marketing manager to this? Is it only for the owners? Or is it for anybody? What's the level do you think people should come to this one?
Yeah, so this is in the CEO track because it really is something that the owners should be thinking about, but definitely we want marketing managers in there as well, because we're going to help you put together that plan again on what you can do and how to get it. So it's great. Anything that you're looking at, we're going to have a lot of different offerings for you guys to sign up for at bootcamp as well. And a lot of those pieces are going to be things that you're going to be able to use MDF for. So you're going to want to definitely come to this session so you can be prepared with what, some things you might be implementing over the next few months.
I love it. Do you know how many different vendors you have in the report so far? How many different vendors have their MDF information in there?
Yeah, right now we've got 15 and we're getting ready to add probably another 10.
I love it. I love it. All right. So if you want to know who has the money and how to get it, go to Tonya's boot camp session. Attendees will get the schedule at the event, but like she already told you, it's Tuesday. One's at 12:15. Did you say the other one's at 2 or 2:30?
2:30.
So now, unfortunately, if you haven't already signed up to be there in person, the live event is sold out. You can still get on the waiting list, but also you can definitely get virtual passes. If you get virtual passes, you get lifetime access to the recordings. Plus, though, your whole company can watch live, and there's a huge amount of value in that. So go to robinsbigseminar.com, and even if all you do is go to Tonya's session, you're going to get a tremendous amount of value. Tonya, anything you want to say before we call it a day?
No, come on in. We've got a lot of great content. It's going to be fun.
Raiders of the Lost MDF. Thank you very much, Tonya.